My name is Douglas, and these are the Little Things. And this week I'm toasting to Little Things with Jello shots from my event yesterday. One of my committee members made these with twisted tea, vodka, and lemonade Jello, and they're pretty tasty. How do you get all the Jello out of these, though? Especially how do you do it gracefully? Because every time I try, there's little globules left over, and it's really not pretty. Any thoughts? The event went pretty well, though. We got about half the attendance I would have liked to get, which is not great, but everything that I was involved with went really well. My emceeing was good. I got a lot of good compliments on it, and if I had any ability at all to edit, I would put a little clip in of myself emceeing, but nobody bothered to record, and who learns to edit before starting a YouTube channel? But it was nice to do a good job, and I think my planning went well, and I did a lot of running around checking in on people, which I'm proud of. So everything that I did, I'm pretty proud of, even if we didn't necessarily get as much money as we really should have, especially given the amount of money we spent on it. You know, I saw a woman from one of the organizations who helped us produce the event, and she said to me, this was on Friday, she said, you know, you seem really good for the day before an event. And she would know because she's run a lot of events before. And I immediately said, oh, you know, my committee, it's just a really good committee, and we did everything we could. We feel really prepared, so there's no reason for us to feel nervous. And it made me think, you know, I got a lot of compliments, too, on Saturday on how the event went. And my immediate response is to say, oh, but, you know, it wasn't me. It was my committee. They did all the work. I didn't have to do anything. Well, that's not exactly true. I did do things. The idea that I instantly turned their compliment down and told them why they shouldn't be complimenting me was not great. Because ultimately, when someone gives you a compliment, while they want to make you feel good, they also want them to feel good. And they're doing it to feel good about something they're doing and saying. And so my response really should just be to nod and say thank you. I should get better at accepting compliments. I was talking with a colleague on Monday about our relations as a team, and she started to give me some advice. And that's another behavior I need to learn to do better, is taking advice. Because my immediate response, especially in situations like these, is to start to think about and argue why this is not going to work, so there it is. And instead, I should nod and say thank you. I haven't really had a chance to implement the advice, but it may help. And instead of thinking, here's why this is not going to work, I really need to take the advice. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the person on the other end doesn't need to know that. And I don't need to shut myself off from listening to probably good advice by allowing myself to tell myself why it's not going to work. On Friday, I got to make an important decision about where the magazine is going. It's not going well, and we are running late, and we had to keep moving. And so I'm a little proud that I made a decision. I know it's not one that everybody's necessarily going to be happy with, but the idea that I am in a position to be able to make such decisions, I'm pretty happy about. And ultimately, it's going to help us in the long run if we get to move on. So much of my energy lately has been focused on that event, so I don't have as much to say, but I think that's okay. These have been the Little Things. I'll see you next week.